What is up, my love? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new or oldie, welcome back to my channel. This is pretty new to a lot of you just because I haven't worn my hair curly in a very long time. This is my natural hair. The only thing that I have on my hair right now is concealer. Is moisturizer, just because my hair is super dry and I bleach it a lot. I actually just bleached it yesterday, so there is that. Today I am super excited because I have a new collection to review for you. This is not sponsored, by the way. You're probably gonna think it is because of how hyped I am to use the collection. This is the UOMA Carnival Collection. We're gonna get into all the deets today. This is an amazing brand that I'm just super excited to get to know even more. I became their IT creator this month as well, so I am excited just to learn from them and see what they're all about. So far, they just have so much to give, and I believe in them just like they are believing in me so far. In the next few years, I know they're going to be it. UOMA is definitely the new era. These are a brand for the people. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's get right into it before I lose you. I forgot to mention, if you're new here, my name is Awani, but I'm better known as Sassy's, and I'm a huge fan of producing beauty content here on YouTube and on my Instagram as well. Sorry, let's jump in now. This is the most beautiful PR package that I ever received in my entire life, in my entire career, and it's honestly got me so excited just to play with this whole collection. Once you open it up, you have all your goodies here. So we have some highlighter, we have lashes, we have a palette, and some lipstick as well. I'm going to show you literally everything because everything is just so beautiful. I'm actually going to be reading off the little card right here just to be more precise with everything and I don't mess it up. So first of all, the collection does bring an eyeshadow palette, which is a black Magic Carnival color palette. This retails for $44. This is a palette that is limited edition. It features the most pigmented matte colors as well as some vibrant metallic finishes. And the names are all for the dazzling and vibrant destination that celebrate the history of Carnival. It has a beautiful lavish texture that transforms into a very ultra thin, long-lasting, water-resistant formula, which I absolutely adore. That makes sense since it's a Carnival collection. When you're on a Carnival, you want that makeup to last all day long, honey. Next, we have the Black Magic Carnival Face and Body Bronzing Highlighters. I'm excited to put this all over my body and see how it works, as well as on the face. They do swatch a little darker, which I'm going to show you a picture here, but once you blend it out into the skin, it's gonna fade a little bit to a lighter shade, which I'm super happy because when I saw the color, I was like, oh my god, I hope I get to use it. And these retail for $35. They have this 3D strobing effect. You're able to use them for sculpting the face and the body. Again, they do have this wet technology that allows the formula to melt like liquid. How like luxurious does that sound, you guys? I'm just excited to apply this. Anyway, you guys, moving on to the Black Magic Carnival lipsticks. These retail for $26 each. So they're saying here that they leveled up their original Black Magic lipstick formula. They have this shimmering effect shades that melt into the lips and reveals an iridescent veil that flashes like loose glitter and give you that pout, a multi-dimensional shine. I'll insert some pictures here so you guys can see how it look, and they are absolutely gorgeous lipsticks. Next, we have Black Magic Carnival eyelashes. These are very bold and edgy. Here we have the style Rios, which is decorated with glitter diamantes gems for everyday drama with a pop. Next, we have Trinidad. This is a 3D color blend double take worthy bright purple and black lashes. Next, we have Bahia. These are extreme triple layer cat eye lashes featuring a 3D color blend of black lash fibers that reveal a royal blue pop of color. And that is our AP's audacious and glittering collection from UOMA Beauty. From UOMA Beauty, I'm using their Say What concealer in the shade T2. I'm just going to grab a little tiny bit. I love how creamy they are. And I'm going to clean out the brows with this concealer. So I just went ahead and applied a little bit of concealer to set the eyes, to start prepping the eyes, and I'm also setting it with a little bit of powder. I'm going to start with the shade Ororo, and I'm going to be applying this very close to my lash line, dragging it back and forth like so. And I'm also going to be dragging that towards my outer corners as if we were creating a wing. So I'm going towards the end of my brows, following the line very close to my lash line. I'm going to continue distributing this color and blending it. I also picked up a little tiny bit because I don't want the color to go too intense since this is going to be our base color. So with a very light hand, you want to go ahead and blend this color in, blow it out if you need to. I like to bring it a little bit high to create that gradient effect. This is gonna be my fade out base. And you can always go back with a fluffy brush just to diffuse that color, help it blend a little bit more to your desired blend. And if you lose your desired shade, you can always go back and reapply it. It's always easier to reapply than to apply it all at once and then not being able to blend. So I'm just going to go back with the shade Oruro, and I'm going to be applying that in the same way that we started with. You see how easy, and it's starting to look a little bit more well put together and blended. And now with a flat brush, we're going with the shade Maslatan, and we're going to be applying that very close to the lash line, starting from the back. And I'm going to be dragging this in using that same flat brush. I'm going to bring it all the way to the tear duct, and the closer to the inner corner, the thinner you want the line to be. And now I'm going to go ahead using the same brush and start dragging that outwards. You want to take as little as possible just to make sure you are not applying too much, because then it's going to be a little bit harder to remove. Once you have your desired shape wing, you're going to go ahead and take a little fluffy brush like this one, taking a little tiny bit of that Maslatan shade, dusting all that excess off, and then start blending out that wing. We're basically going to focus on the harsh edge. Using the same brush, I'm going to go ahead onto the shade Oruro, the tiniest bit, because we don't want to apply too much. And I'm going to go right on top of that wing that we just created to smoke it out a little bit more and start creating that gradient effect. Next, I'm going to go back to the palette and take the shade Tenerife. And this shade, we are going to be dragging it right on the inner corners towards the crease. These shades are absolutely beautiful, and they do have that wet technology where you apply it, it actually looks wet. And as you can see, I'm only applying it halfway through the eyes, not on the entire eye. And again, you guys, I'm still using the brushes from Do Color. Absolutely love them. Once again, super affordable and works amazing. And now for the pop of color, I think we're going to be applying a little tiny bit of the shade Barbaros right on the inner corners. Just the tiniest bit to create that beautiful color contrast. I'm picking up the shade Oruro, and I'm going to be applying that very close to the lash line. From my outer wing into the mid of the lower lash. Update on the shadows, super pigmented. They are super easy to blend. I absolutely love the shimmers, you guys. I haven't said that in a very long time with shimmers. I just love that effect that it gives. It definitely looks wet instead of like a regular shimmer. We're super easy to blend. I love the payoff that they have of pigmentation. On point. I'm actually gonna go ahead and prep my face by using some hyaluronic acid. The ones that I've been using and absolutely love is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. So good. Then I like to go in with this one right here, which is a Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid. I love hyaluronic acid underneath my foundation. I feel like it creates such a beautiful hydrating finish. It's really helps the skin prep and hydrate and plump. Instead of using one primer, now I'm using multiple primers. So I'm gonna start with a hyaluronic acid, put it all over my face. Again, this is gonna give me that moisture that I need for my dry skin, because honey, I definitely need some moisture. Next, I'm gonna be taking just the tiniest bit of this Milk Makeup primer. This is gonna help grip the foundation. I only like to use a bit because a little goes a long way with this. So about that amount, I'm gonna spread it onto my skin and just start pressing it in like so. And then we have one more primer, which is going to help just blur out those imperfections. And we are using e.l.f. Poreless Pretty Primer. But it's a very nice primer, especially for dry skin. I don't recommend it too much for oily skin. I feel like this will get an oily person oily because it gives me a very nice glow effect, especially throughout the day. You guys, I think I'm going to be skipping on the lashes just because they look so extra for this look, to be honest. I'm going to go in with Tata lashes. This is the style Harmony. Absolutely adore this style. It's so pretty. Okay, you guys, so our lashes are on. I'm also going to go back to the lower lash and add a little bit more. I'm going to take a pencil brush like this one, add a little bit of that Notting Hill shade right underneath where we apply this first, just to blend that out and look a little bit more smoky. And you can see the difference from this to this. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this yellow on the waterline. I'm using the LA Girl Neon Liners. This is in the shade Screamy. And now we can move on to the face to finish off this look. I'm going to go right in with the UOMA Say What Weightless Foundation. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit of this foundation just because it is truly amazing. The first thing that you have to know is that UOMA has this term, which is called skin kin. So what they did was use the Fitzpatrick scale to find the perfect match for your skin. And what this scale does is that it measures the skin reaction to the sun. I know. I don't know why, but to me, that's just insane. But this basically helped UOMA identify 6 different skin color groups, and these groups share similar characteristics, but the foundations are specified for that each individual group, which it just really gave the brand just a whole new view, a whole new perspective to really target and bring quality product to their customers. That's why I always say that UOMA is definitely the new era, you guys. They are a brand for the people because they really do care. They do all this research to really bring you like quality products. They also have a group for Fair Lady, which is the skincare group that I do fall in. And the most common concern for this skin type is premature aging, which is very, very true. And most common skin type is drying combination, which is me basically. This is the packaging of the bottle as well. Very, very nice glass, very high end. Then the cap is like a plastic, and you can identify the groups based on these colors as well. So let's go ahead and put this foundation on. The shade that I do use is the shade Fair Lady T3N. I think it's a perfect match for my skin. I'm gonna pump a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna use a sponge to distribute this foundation all over the face. And you're gonna see how easily it's gonna cover up all the hyperpigmentation and as well as blemishes and things like that. I just absolutely adore this. I like to use a sponge to get more of a sheer coverage. Even though this foundation, it's full coverage, it has a beautiful soft matte finish. Look at that. How beautiful is that finish compared to my other side? Perfect match. You can see the difference between my neck, but don't forget to bring it down your neck. This is a pretty beautiful match. It blends into the skin absolutely so freaking easy. Every time I wear this foundation, I'm always shocked because of how beautiful and good it is. And I'm also going to go in with UOMA Stay Woke Concealers. I'm using the shade T3, and I absolutely adore their duffel applicator. It's really nice and thick and fit perfect underneath the eyes. So the way I like to apply my concealer now is just applying a bit on there, right on this area. I don't like to overdo it with concealer, and then I like to bring it here. And this is going to create that lifted effect. And I'm also going to add a little tiny bit right underneath here to create that contour effect without having to apply too much contour. Another product that I absolutely love is the UOMA. Another product that I absolutely love is this Double Take Sculpt and Stroke, and this is a contour stick. I absolutely adore this stuff right here. I just like to go ahead and apply a little tiny bit because a little goes a long way with it, like so. A little bit on my nose, underneath my lips, and my chin. I'm also going to use a sponge to blend out that contour, and as you can see, I don't bring it all the way down. I bring it right at the end of my eyes. And now, using one of my favorite brushes from Real Technique, I'm going to go ahead and start blending in the concealer. And by the way, you guys, I absolutely adore using a brush just because I feel like it helps just really melt into the skin. Now, not any brush is going to work for this. This is one of my favorites to use. And I do like to leave the concealer a little bit longer on the skin just to make sure it kind of like create this tacky texture. And then with a brush, it just helps it blend in so much better. And I'm just going to go in and just blend out that concealer that I applied underneath here, which is why I didn't apply much, because it's just to give that illusion. And I'm gonna go back with Notting Hill just a little tiny bit and dust that right underneath the eye. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and set underneath the eye just a little tiny bit, not too much. Honestly, with this foundation, I feel like everything just looks super well put together and I don't need to apply anything else. And you guys, I'm also using Dermablend Professional Illuminating Banana Powder. I'm applying a little tiny bit underneath the eye, and with the rest of it, I'm just gonna go ahead and set the entire face. But reminder, I do not use a lot of powder because I am more on the drier side, and this foundation doesn't require me to use much. So I'm gonna add just a little tiny Hula by Benefit, just snatching that face up a little bit more. I'm also going to add a bit of blush. I'm using Georgia by Benefit as well. Absolutely adore this blush. It's a very sheer finish mixed in with my bronzer. I don't like to overdo anything, so I'm just applying the minimal, tiniest bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and set the face, to then add our beautiful bronzing glow by UOMA Beauty. So for me, I'm going to be using the shade Notting Hill. I love this package, you guys. It's absolutely stunning. And I'm going to take the slightest bit because I want to see how intense these are. And I'm going to start doing tapping motions. Ooh, that is so pretty, you guys. These are really, really fine, you guys. And they melt straight into the skin. It's not emphasizing any texture whatsoever, which I really, really appreciate because I do have some texture on my skin. It just looks wet. It looks so beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and apply it all over my face now because I'm loving it. I'm also going to be applying it on my chest area. So let's add a little bit here. And you guys, this is how they apply when you wet your brush. They apply even wilder. Wow, this is gorgeous. Now we're gonna go on to the lips to finish up this look. Alright my loves, this is basically the end of the video. Honestly, I had so much fun filming with this collection. Shout out to UOMA for always coming with that amazing magic that they do have with all their products. Absolutely adore their foundation. From this collection, I highly recommend the palette. You are definitely going to love it. I love the variety in here because you could definitely go super bright and colorful, but you can also do those soft glam look as well, which not everyone is into that super bright colors, but the summer is around, so you'll definitely want to use something like that. Anyways, you guys, the color pigmentation, everything is just so bomb. The highlighter itself is just so pretty. I really like how everything looks. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have heard of this brand, if you have tried this brand. It is by far currently my favorite brand, so period. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to subscribe in case you want to see more of these. So yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.